Okay. Do this. Well, hello, my friends. Dean the Turkey Legster here. Welcome to this fun historical adventure today. I am at the Fort Christmas Historical Park here in Orange County, East Orange County, Florida. And this is a historical museum. It's a replica of a fort that was started and built back in the 1830s. And before we go into the actual fort, hey Tina and Chuck and Dave Stragand, welcome in. Let me just read some of the history. Let me read the history section here to kind of give some background and context here to why this is here and why it's called Fort Christmas. And so here we go. Let me just read this really quick and then we'll head into the fort. There's other stuff here besides the fort. However, I will come back to show that on a stream because they're doing a bunch of preparation work for an event coming up this weekend. It's a kind of a Christmas festival event. Oh, sorry, Dave. I meant to take that down. I had originally planned to do this stream on Monday. And so what happened was I came here Monday and I discovered that this place is closed on Monday. So I put that up there on Monday. I probably need to go in there and take that down. But yes, I am definitely going ahead with the stream. And thank you for catching that, Dave. I forgot I did that. But yeah, I tried to do this Monday. It's closed Monday. I did not know that. So that's why I'm back here today. But so I'm going to show the fort, and then I'll come back in a couple of weeks maybe, or maybe in the new year and show the other displays that they have here. So let me read the history here before we go in and look at the exhibit. On December 25th of 1837, a force of 2,000 U.S. Army and the Alabama Volunteers arrived near this spot to construct a supply depot. The United States of America was in the midst of the Second Seminole Indian War, with the Battle of Okeechobee taking place that same day. A company of about 80 soldiers remained encamped at Fort Christmas. As the war progressed, military action moved southward. As a result, the supplies were no longer routed by land, but by ship to Fort Jupiter at Jupiter Inlet. Thus, Fort Christmas was abandoned in March 1838. The war ended in 1842. Exactly 3,824 Seminoles were moved west, leaving 200 to 300 hiding in the swamps of the Everglades. The Armed Occupation and Settlement Act of 1842 provided an incentive for families to homestead the interior of the Florida Peninsula. The onset of homesteading helped to increase the population, ensuring that the Seminoles would remain in the Everglades and allowing Florida to qualify for statehood in 1845. In 1976, as a bicentennial project, Orange County Parks and Recreation Department, with support of the Army Corps of Engineers, began construction of a full-size replica of Fort Christmas. The new replica was completed in December of 1977, 1 mile south of the original location, exactly 140 years later. In May of 1990, the Fort Christmas Historical Society was formed. Through their efforts, a master plan was developed to create a living history settlement. The society has become instrumental in the preservation of rural heritage in East Orange County. So that's a backstory of this particular museum. There is a plaque on the door there that we'll stop and read that gives more background as to the original fort. So the original, and we'll look at that right now. And then, as I said, I'll come back here at a later date to show the rest of what they have, some of what they have here. There's a playground here. There are some really decent restrooms, and they have other, they have eight or so pioneer homes on the property that are set up to give a look at what it was like back in the 1800s time period. So here we go. So the historic homes and fort hours are 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. It is open a little later during the summer. But then here is this placard, the Seminole Indian Wars in Florida. So in case you can't see that, let me go ahead and read that. During the Second Seminole War, General Eustis, U.S. Army, under the command of General Thomas S. Jessup, moved a column south from Fort Mellon in Sanford, Florida, on the 17th of December, 1837. The column consisted of the 3rd Regiment of Artillery, 4 companies of the 3rd and 4th Dragoons, and 4 companies of Alabama Volunteers. A train of 50 wagons with 20,000 rations moved with it. They hacked their way through palmettos and cabbage palm hammocks, pine barriers, and scrub, building roads upwards of 20 bridges, 20 to 70 feet long, and seven causeways to reach this point. From the 25th through the 27th of December 1837, they built a supply depot of pine pickets 80 feet square with 2 blockhouses 20 feet square, which they called Fort Christmas, having started it on Christmas Day. The original fort was located about 1/2 mile north of here on a creek they named Christmas Creek. On the opposite side of the creek was an abandoned Indian village referred to as Powell's Town. This reconstruction by Orange County Parks and Recreation was dedicated December the 17th of 1977. All right, and we're here. So I'm pretty sure we're going to have this to ourselves. There was one other family walking through a little bit ago, and so besides like all the workers getting ready for this event that they're having this weekend, I don't see anyone else here really, so we should have the place to ourselves. So here's the powder magazine. The powder magazine was used for storing ammunition and was below ground level for safety. Should the powder explode, the energy from the blast would be sent mostly upward into the air, not outward, destroying the fort and causing injury to the soldiers. In 1837, the United States Army was using flintlock muskets manufactured at Springfield and Harper's Ferry armories. Black powder, highly flammable, was made of 3 ingredients: charcoal refined to carbon, saltpeter or potassium nitrate, and sulfur. Proportions used were approximately 75% saltpeter, 15% charcoal, and 10% sulfur. Here's what it looks inside. Powder magazine. Fun. And then over here, they've got a what looks like a little, supposed to reenact a little campfire, with a dinner, cooking dinner. Something's cooking there on the imaginary fire. Bench there, little space in the middle of the fort. So we're going to head up here. We'll go look in the first building here. I tested a little bit of an Instagram live the other day last week. I came here last week, and then I tried coming here Monday. But last week seemed like the signal worked inside of here. So if something happens with the signal, I may have to try to record something to put on the channel. But hopefully the live version will work. This looks like it's from the building of Fort Christmas, and I'm going to just come in closer and you can screenshot this in order to take a look at that later. This is essentially kind of expanding on what I've already read. And then this is a picture from working on this fort. Obviously, they wouldn't have photos like that from the original fort. And then there's a J.L. Blanchard. There's actually a J. Blanchard Park in Orlando. Actually, it's not far from where I used to work. There's a J. Blanchard Park. So J. Blanchard was a guy. Storehouse. The storehouse was used for storing army rations and supplies. Food staples consisted of salt pork, dried beef, corn, beans, rice, and coffee, plus such condiments as salt, brown sugar, vinegar, and molasses. Equipment and supplies for an army, such as the one that built Fort Christmas, were substantial and consisted of building tools and materials, plus those items necessary to keep the army in good repair. Articles required for an advanced depot by order of General Thomas S. Jessup are listed inside the storehouse. All right, so here's the moment of truth. Got a couple of wagon wheels there. And it's a beautiful day here in Central Florida. It's on the cool side. We'll just take a look across here for a second. Clear skies. High in the mid to upper 60s today. Perfect day for doing this tour. When I came last week, it was actually overcast and drizzly. But today is actually perfect. So let us enter. All right. There's a little barrel here. Let me actually do something because it's going to bother me. I'm going to go into chat. I'm going to find this on my other phone and take that pinned message down before we look around here in the storehouse. Oh, we've got, yeah, it's a squeaky door. Pin the message. Oops. Okay. Live chat. Do. Oops. Okay. Whoop. Okay. So I'm not seeing the. Okay. So I removed that. It should not be a problem. Okay. We'll just take a look at this. If there is signal problems in any area, I can do a recorded video either after this or come back on a later day. I am getting the unstable connection warning. So I'll just show some of the tools here. Do a quick look. There's a bunch of tools here that they would have used back in the day. So far, so good. Thank you, Tina. Yeah, sometimes I think Prism gives me that warning. If the signal gets out of a particular range or, status, but it's still okay. I think it's just picky. So there's some different woodworking tools up here. Different tools. There's a buckle, hook, pumice. One right there. There's a brace and bit turn drill. Wood plane. There's a hook. Bunch of other really interesting looking tools here. This is cool. A combination hammer, nail puller, and hatchet. Hand forged. Right there. Really interesting there. Here in the corner, we've got some barrels of something and sacks of something else. These big pots here. Brazil Marines, good afternoon. USA, hello from Fort Christmas in East Central Florida. Taking a look at the historical display here. Here is one of the riverboats. Trying to see. They got a bunch of pictures and things. It's going to be tough to show that on the stream, I think. There is a little... Oop, one second. Okay, so here that is. Screenshot that to read about the water and the waterways in Florida. I know up where I'm at in Seminole, that was that area was settled largely because of a lot of the people that are the settlers and the people that came up the St. John's River. There's a little map there. And hopefully this is where we are. Fort Christmas right here. Come on, focus. 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 There we go. Thank you. All right. Interesting looking map. It's hard to tell the detail on here on the stream. And then on the wall, we've got some axes and some this tool here. I forget what that's called. A sheaf or a sheath or something like that. Then we've got a big wheel here. And then this picture here, the American Soldier, 1839. All right. This is not historical. It's just for building code. It is a fire hydrant. Okay. That's the storehouse. Walk out here. For cutting tall grass, yeah. Tall grass or like, wheat, which I guess could technically be considered a tall grass. I'm going to switch it up. The last couple times, like today and last week, I came into this building first. But I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to come around here. We're going to walk around. The signal held just fine. Okay, that's good. So that probably means that the signal will be fine looking through the block houses. So there's a lot in here. I'm going to go through and show it. I'm going to try to be thorough. If there's something that you want to see better view of, let me know. I'll go back, or I can send you a picture. I took a bunch of pictures. I could actually direct message a picture of a lot of the stuff in that block house and this block house. But here's another view across the middle of the fort here. So I'm going to read this little blurb, and this across there, the block house. The block houses served as lookouts, headquarters of General Thomas S. Jessup, and protection of the troops in the event of an Indian attack. 2 blockhouses were constructed on opposite corners of the stockade. 20 feet square with 4 feet overhang on the second level. They were constructed of pine logs that were plentiful in the area and chinked with a mixture of sand and lime. Each blockhouse provided protection for 2 walls of the stockade. Should an enemy breach a wall, the soldiers could move into the blockhouses and continue the fight using the small gun ports located on all 4 sides of the building. And I didn't point this out earlier. I've seen several of these like Braille signs onto the side here. Braille translations of there. Got a cute little wreath there hanging on the door. Howdy, Dawn. Welcome in. Hitchhiking Bones. We're going to go into this blockhouse. And again, this is a perfect day here. Weather-wise, there's no one else here. There was one other family. Hello, Reflection. There's Florida, Atlantic. You don't notice the reflection as much in real life, but then it really shows up on the stream. But there's a state of Florida in 1846. So neat. So this, let's see, where are we? We're over here. Right here by the A of Florida is where Fort Christmas is. And Oviedo is up here, just south of this Lake Jessup. So I'm just a little bit right there. Right there, over near the D. Yeah, high reflection of Dean. So over here we've got a nice display of, there's some bottles, whiskey bottles. We've got some China crockery. And then there's the USS United States. So I'm going to show the picture, the text here. Feel free to screenshot that to read. And then we'll come back up to look at these artifacts. There's a lot here. So these are artifacts from various fort sites for the Second Seminole Indian War, 1835 to 1842. Lots of different interesting things. And then below, here's another. This is what I'm going to show you. Site of Fort Christmas, 1837. Again, feel free to screenshot that if you want to read that or come back to the stream about 29.5 minutes in. They've got this little display here. Fort Christmas, some little soldiers there. It's down on the bottom, so it's a little tough to show. They're coins of the Fort Christmas era over here. That was donated exhibit prepared by Central Florida Coin Club. And here's coins. Yes, 720p is what I'm set at. So I'm kind of going down here. You need a better view of anything that I'm showing on the screen. Feel free to go back in the stream, pause it, and, get a screenshot. Hey, see any Indians? Actually, on the next a street not too far from here, when I was leaving last week, I actually saw semi-wild turkeys. Turkeys, they were on a property, behind a fence, but there were definitely a whole group of turkeys. So that was really cool. I didn't stop to get a picture. There was some cars behind me, actually. So I just kept driving. But there were definitely turkeys. This is Colton's, Florida. Colton's map of 1855. So again, here's the area we're in. Again, there's Lake Jessup right there. Which puts Christmas down over here, right where it says Orange County. So this is East Orange County. Disney World is way on the opposite side of Orange County. We've got these pictures of the General 1810, 1813 General Staff and Infantry. And then it goes into some different years. 1813, 1821, Artillery, Infantry, Rifle, Dragoon, Cadet. Right here. 1813 to 1821, General, Staff, and Line Officers, Light. 1821 to 1832, Regimental Officers, Engineer, Cadet. 1832, 1835, Major General Staff and Line Officers and Cadet. All right, this is 1855 to 1858, Artillery, Infantry, Mounted Rifles, Light Artillery. Then we have 1858, 1861, General in Chief. Fun. I'm going to move over here. This is the American flag of 1837. Had 26 stars, high reflection of Dean. The 27th star was added when Florida was granted statehood in 1845, and this is a reproduction, flag reproduction. Very cool. We're looking. You see them? Are they coming? Nope. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're safe. We're safe. All right, here we got a whole case of different shotguns, rifles, and things. Again with the reflection, but it's really cool. So I'll zoom in here. You can screenshot if you want to read some more of that. There's a whole ton in here. Let's look at this case. This is going to be a little tricky. Binoculars for circa 1840. Odd cutters.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, turkey color. There's more of this, something in the bottle. Oh, that's a carbide light, 1980 or 1901. So yeah, just had a couple come in here, being a little more quiet. They've gone upstairs. Yeah, they're upstairs. I appreciate the stairs aren't that steep, so I can pretty easily go up them. And then there's some Indian pottery, some different. These are artifacts found in the vicinity of the original location. There is no visible evidence of the fort today. Oh, there's my shadow, gimbal shadow. Cannonballs. Hidden Mickey. Show the really neat. Let's come in here. You can show it a little better right here. There. Fort Christmas, U.S. Cavalry officer. Come over here. Buttons. There's some buttons. Seminole Indian Wars found at various fort sites. The American, oh, actually, I think that's the same painting that we saw over in the storehouse room. The American soldier, yeah. And then here is Dr. Nathan S. Jarvis, Captain, United States Army. Army Surgeon's Notes of Frontier Service. 1833, 1848. Dr. Jarvis was with the troops that constructed the fort on December 27th, 1837. He wrote, "Today we finished our fort, which we called Fort Christmas, having commenced it on that day." So it sounds like they might have built it in a day. I think they had like 80 guys working. It sounds like that's what happened. Let's head upstairs. Hopefully the stream is holding. Let me show these cases here. There's some Indian, Seminole, looks like maybe outfits. Look at this guy. Oh, look at that guy. We've got a canoe here. Canoe. And then we'll show the other end of that. Here, we're going to go up here. I don't know if you can be able to see or hear. It may squeak. That might have been the other side, the other blockhouse. Here are some artifacts here. Indian blockhouse. Let's try to come around here. This is all tipsy. It says felt top hat with beaded hat band and hat pins. Korean War belonged to Lee Gandhi Mikosuke. Looks like some Seminole jacket, 1930s, worn by Joe Vaughn at the Green Corn Dance. That sounds fun. Toy dugout canoe. Some different like pottery and things. Some shell beads here. There is a kettle. Cast iron kettle. This right here is a manatee. Let's come around this way. 1 second, guys. This is a manatee rib bone. There's a whale rib bone. A whale jawbone. There's an alligator. We'll come around to look at that guy. Some cow horns right here. Cow horns. There's a water container. Handmade from a gourd. Got some brooms handcrafted of native straw. Of native straw. And then we've got alligator here, wooden carving there. Here's the other end of that case that we saw coming up the stairs. And history of the Seminole Wars, I think, now that's an artifact in and of itself. Anyone have or see these? We used to have this for our school when I homeschooled. We did some of our classes on TV, so we had at least 2 of these units of the TV and the DVD. Actually, we had at least one DVD version and another one that had the VHS. Anyway, back to the fort stuff. But I'm guessing that's a video that maybe it's not playing, apparently. So this is a chief, Cohijo. And I'll come down and I'll show that. There. To read that later, this is Osceola, Chief Osceola, or Powell, or his Indian name here, Yaholo. So there's that history there. I will linger on some of these information cards. His name is Kawakuchi. There we go. Hopefully the stream is holding up. Well, we got a crack in the glass here. It's a little reenactment of probably an Indian site. Really cool. A Seminole Indian camp. We've got that right there. I'll zoom in there. Read that later. I will hold it still for un segundo. Okay, there we go. Oops. Okay. Oh, that was weird. Oh, okay. So I can pick a comment, delete a comment, timeout, hide, remove as moderator, or just cancel. Oh, righty. That's a little Prism Live thing that I just discovered. Seminole Indian Medicine Man. I'm going to go down a little bit here. Different. Josie Billy, Seminole Indian Medicine Man. Says to press a button to hear. No button. No button. Not right now. Looks like they need to maybe a little bit of an update, maybe. This is Halpatter Tustanugi. So the Seminole chiefs and the U.S. Army met on many occasions to discuss the treaties and removal to the Arkansas Territory. So there's that little thing there. That's referring to this case that's off to the right. But we'll look at this guy. This guy is Halota Miko, Billy Bowlings II. There's his case. Now, I remember seeing these years ago. This is one thing that I recognized. And I don't imagine things would have changed a lot from when I was here years ago. But that was one thing I definitely remembered. A lot of the display things here I didn't really remember. It's got some Indian dolls here, Seminole. Indian. Really cute. There, some artifacts. There. These are, looks like some arrowheads and other things. Take a peeky peek here. All right. There's so much in here. You could spend so much more time if you wanted to, just reading more in depth all of the cards and everything, the information, the history. It is dawn. If you want to come check it out with me next time you're in Florida, because I know you come, there's a lot in Central Florida besides checking out, enjoying Disney. But I'm glad I could share this at least on the stream. So this map here is Florida Indian Land. The red is major Seminole settlement zones, 1803 to 815. The yellow is reservation boundaries set by 1823, Treaty of Maltrite Creek, and then blue is present Seminole reservation lands. So we'll start up here in the panhandle, and we'll come over here. To the rest of the state, the peninsula, all that red there was major Seminole Indian settlement zones. And there's not a lot of blue. Some of the blue is actually rivers and lakes, so it's hard to tell what they're showing as present reservation areas. I think right here is an area. I think down here looks like one. That I know, Don, that's a big F. There's so much at Disney, and then if you want to explore Florida. And then down here. All right. So hopefully you saw some of that. There's a lot less Indian land, reservation, native, land. Interesting. So looking at this side of the here, it's looking out. There's restrooms. There's a playground over there. There's a baseball / softball field over there. And anyway, that's this side. Oh, there is a display here. I'm going to just show this middle thing here. This is Osceola Rejects Treaty. Don Lancaster is the sculptor. I would have rejected the treaty too. Basically, the settlers came in and did not coexist with the Indians for very long, if at all. And, they took over the land, which is, part of the history, but it's, I think it, could have been more done to live in peace and not just take over, the land. Just my thoughts on the whole thing. All right. Okay, Tina, hope all is well. We're going to head down. We'll go over to the other blockhouse. The other side. They're reading the plaque on the door.
They were constructed of pine logs.
Hello.
Hi. Pine logs that were plentiful in the area and
Okay.
with a mixture of sand and lime.
We'll walk across here. Yeah, I hope you're okay. I hope everything's okay there, Tina. You and Chuck. Here we go. We're going to walk over here. They've got these slits in the fence here. So over here, there is pavilion. Looking over there is the playground. There's no kids there right now. They have restrooms over there. And over here, this will be another visit. I'll have to either stream or video that another time. There's just a lot here. Even just the fort, this stream is going over an hour. Just looking on a semi-relaxed overview of it. We've probably got another 20 to 30 minutes in the second blockhouse over here. And it looks like there's some other people showing up to look at the fort today, which is fine, but we'll go ahead and we'll look at the fort and wrap up our stream here. I won't rush through this, but when you want to look at better, feel free to go back and pause the stream, take a screenshot. There's some pieces of art here. Some different, doing some work in the woods there, turpentine industry, collecting gum from pine trees. Who's this? Hugh Parton with Oxen Team, Tom and Tag. I guess that's the oxen. Donated by his daughter, Nezzy Parton States. Welcome back, Dave. Welcome back. 1978. Steer owner Clark H. Yates, Fort Christmas, Florida. Steer, 16 years old, raised on the St. Johns River. Steer had 7 inches of his horn cut off at age of 3. Ouch. And then here's a yoke for oxen. Let me actually go upstairs right away, and then we'll look at the rest of what's down here. So I'm going to kind of bypass a lot of these where they have the, there's like pictures and of the history. I'm just going to get some of the displays here. Well, this is the squeaky one. Squeaky. Here's a dress. Settler dress. There's a lot going on in this display case. A spindle, spinning wheel going on right here. A sewing machine. Family, son of, let me zoom in there. Marion, Canada. This is really cool. I got a little violin or a fiddle here in a music book. A pillbox. And then this is eyeglass and case. Really neat. And then there's a phonograph right here. These are some little books with an eyeglass right here. And it shows some things down here, like there's some shoes. Right here. Another angle right here. Lots going on in this case. There's another case here, a pocket knife, a toy sewing machine, a harmonica. Here is a cowboy vest and chaps. Got some marbles here, clay marbles, circa 1850 to 1860. There's a Coca-Cola wagon. I think there's a information card on the other side. It's a McGuffey Eclectic Reader. Let me come around here. McGuffey. We actually had a McGuffey reader, a newer edition. I think it didn't look like this, but I actually used that. I remember using that in some of my elementary years. There's a Union school bell, original bell from 1906, used to call the students to class. Come around here. Oops. Truck, a cast iron Coca-Cola truck right here. A wagon, hand carved by A.G. Watts, donated by his daughter, Mrs. Leroy Grice. We've got a locomotive belonging to Chris Barnes, whoever that is. I don't know who that is. And this truck, I'm not seeing anything for this bigger truck. There's another bell here, school bell, belonging to Dovey Cox Nettles. We have a child's wagon. There's a child's wagon made from a Coca-Cola crate. Really fun. Really fun. I have the other end here in a xylophone. There. Really cute. Xylophone. Awesome. Let's see what else I'm going to show here. Here we go. Here's this case. Come over here, take a look. These are some dress, including, oh, I'm sorry, I was zoomed in there. There's a doll, baby, a porcelain doll right there. Some child's a tea set, baby hairbrush. And then down here we've got some other, looks like some children dresses. Or children's clothes, sorry. And a boy's romper. Oh, that must be that. And these are lead toys. Miniature sledgehammer. Some other toys. So here's some, looks like some doilies or whatever they used to call them. There's some fabrics here, quilts along the bottom. And then here are some bottles, glass bottles, jars. Yeah, there's is kind of difficult, but really interesting. Some different medicine bottles, wine bottles. There. A mother looks like, these look like baby clothes. Really cute. Baby shoes. Really cute little shoes. There's a baby bottle. Check that out. Some other bottles on the bottom here. It's like a pen and a little book there. There's some bonnets down here with these quilts. All right, over here, got another case here. Edison's Handy Encyclopedia. General Information in Atlas, compiled by Thomas Edison and assisted by Fred Bailey and Charles Westinghouse, 1900. Some other interesting like sewing supplies here. Some needles, needle case, thimbles. And on the bottom, we've got some different hair clipper right there. Cigarette rolling papers. Hey Debbie, welcome in. We are exploring Fort Christmas County. Snuff bottle turkey caller. Blowing this instrument makes a sound that calls wild turkeys. It's made from a turkey bone. Right there. Really interesting. And this looks like an old-fashioned protractor right there. Ink bottles. And some keys here. Some keys. Okay, so there's a lot of, several different families here. I'm not going to take time to go through there, but different families that lived in the area or were involved in some of the history of Fort Christmas. There's some more artifacts here. I'll step back to look at these. A lot of kitchen, looks like kitchen stuff, dishes, utensils. Very interesting. And then there's some more displays of families. Here is a loom. This was a loom, early 19th century loom, hand-hewn of solid chestnut in Tennessee. Very cool. That's how they made clothes. Very, very cool. So that's all I'm going to show right now on the top. On this top level, there's a few other things down below I'm going to go ahead and look at. When I came in here, let us see what's along the walls, and we'll see what's in the middle here. This looks like a general store at Deer Park, Florida. Deer Park, Florida, owned by Babe Lanier in 1890. Oxen were used to haul supplies throughout this area. Very cool. And then here's a case that's got some things in here. A lantern.
Nessa época não existia lei da condicional. É para verão.
It's a saddle, a Stetson hat. Hey Richard, welcome in. So here's an iron stirrup. That's a photograph of Lincoln Hart, 1930s or 40s. He's I guess he's using some of these equipment. There's a horse collar right there. Very nice. Okay, let's take a look over here. Oh, there's stuff over here. Yeah, all right. Oxen shoes, a bullwhip handle, a whip handle. There's a little, right up here on Florida's Cracker Cowman. I won't stop to show that. I actually took a picture of that. Let me show it. Let me show it here. You can pause the stream. Screenshot to try to read that. I do have a picture. If you have trouble reading it, I can send that a better picture that you might get than a screenshot. Irons, cowboy hat, a calf skin, cow whip, stirrup. Now in the back there is the a sculpture called the Tracker. Very nice. Okay, did I miss anything? All right, that is this blockhouse. And with that, we'll exit and sign off. Did I show this? This looks like something that they would get, like the maple, the sap.
Kind of the same.
That is okay. All right. So that is the fort at Fort Christmas. Again, beautiful day here. Cool, clear, sunny. Let me step over here and we'll sign off for the day. I've enjoyed showing you the fort at Fort Christmas. Nope. Hold on one second. Hi guys. All right, so I will come back to Fort Christmas and show you the rest of what they have here at Fort Christmas. they're getting ready in the rest of the area for an event over the weekend. So I will come back and show you what else they have to offer here. If you have not already, bop the like button. Oh, hey Noah. Hi Noah. I will yeah, bop the like button, leave a comment if you're watching the replay, and I will talk to you on the next stream. Hey Jonathan, welcome in. There's the Fort Christmas. We'll look over here as I sign off. Fort Christmas, Orange County, Florida. They have other like pioneer homes and stuff to show, and I will show that in a couple of weeks or maybe in the new year. But thanks for coming along to check out this piece of history here in East Central Florida. Hope you enjoyed it, and have a gobbletastic day and Merry Christmas.